I was a very daydreamy kind of kid, and my mother never stopped me from doing that. So that's a big part of my life. A big part of my life is wandering around and daydreaming. And the disconnects and the associations that your brain makes when you're doing that are very refreshing, at the very least. It's like, when you're taking a shower and you're just completely loose about what your connections are, your brain connections. And so that's all I want for my work, is that it disconnects in a lyrical way, and that you would never be plodding along from one thing to another. When you work for children, their ability, or the ability to leap from one thing to the other, or to go off point, is so delightful that you never want to get back on point again. Pete, the sweet beast, as we call him, started eating. He's an Irish Wheaton, and he started eating everything I have, like my Leica camera and other things. So the list was, I like to make lists, and the list of what he ate became the book of what Pete ate, which became an alphabet book of all the things that Pete ate. So then we called him the meal ticket, as opposed to the dear beast. Pete went to school with my daughter and went to classes with her, and then we were joking around about how, what he was ingesting, that she wouldn't learn French, but he'd be speaking fluently. And so then it became Smarty Pants Pete in school, where he eats an encyclopedia and he becomes really smart. And because he's never said a word, and that's I can't believe that he's never said one word to me, and I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to say one word, one lousy word. That's all I want. I don't want a sentence. I don't want a novel. But what I'm trying to get him to do is to write the next book about himself, what Pete saw. I really want him to write it. So maybe we can do some kind of automatic thing. I'll put his paw on a Ouija board. It's the way that I think, which is I'm sketching and I'm writing. I'm sketching images and writing snips of things and taking a walk and overhearing stuff, and going to movies and listening to music, and somehow something that means something to me comes up to the top of it, and then I start to think about a story. But the story is always the pretext for just telling the story of my life. I mean, it's really about how can I make this journal of what my feelings and the serendipity of what happens during the day, how can I make that into a story?